Hi guys, happy Halloween. Why did I sing that? I can't believe it is the end of October. Oh, which reminds me, I have to film my nail pile for everybody. Hi guys, happy Friday. Hello. Hold on, I'm just putting you up on this other phone so I have two places to look for any type of comments. I hope you guys are having fun. I hope if you have some littles like that you get to do trick-or-treating or fun things today. Hi. So I think the plan right now is to make sure you guys have a good idea of what are some options on Sweetie Nail Supply so you can start getting like your Black Friday list together. Because so much stuff sometimes drops at the same time. Oh my gosh, cat eye polish. Oh, girl, there's so many to choose from. And there's lots of lives. So first things first, I'm Lauren. I'm Inspo by Nails. Here, I'll put it up here and pin it. And what I want you to do to give you a good idea for, the upcoming holiday shopping, etc., is maybe go follow Sweetie Nail Supply on their YouTube, because all of these that we save on here, they're also saved over there. So I think kind of when something's an hour long, it's easier to review on YouTube. You can pause it, do whatever you want. Okay, I pinned that. If you'd like, you can also follow me. I try and put up tutorials almost every day, but they're usually like sped up reels. So on here, we just want to go over a couple autumn collections today that you might have missed because so much stuff got dropped at the same time. So we'll talk about both of them. We have two. We have BEVLAH. I saw that pause due to connection, so I just went quiet for a second. I hate when that happens. Everything's turned off. My internet looks good. So BEVLAH has a fall collection called like Relief Farming Plants, and it's basically 3 different collections in the big collection. You gotta love that Sweetie Nail Supply gives you options for individually purchasing things when possible. So that's another thing to consider. However, these are beautiful fall syrups. Let me get these out of the way because these are actually KKOR. These are autumn syrups too, but we'll go over those. So the Relief Farming Plants are going to come in 2 different, this is one collection. Okay, this is the green collection. All right, so you've got like these gorgeous greens, you've got a couple browns, and you've got like this bluish gray. All right, so I will show you these. All right, and then you have the other collection. Like, look at this. This is like potato. I use that in a lot because it's a beautiful ivory. You got corn, carrot, tomato, beetroot, and yam. Like, they're the warm tones, okay? And then, if you don't know BEVLAH, they are one of the best at putting bits and pieces in a clear gel for a cool, like, added texture. Like, it's not textured. They suspend in there so well. A long time ago, and one of my first introductions to BEVLAH was cottage core, and it has bits and pieces of flowers in it. And I was like, what is this magic? Because it floats in that clear. It's not bumpy. It is amazing. It's like instant milk nails. So every time they have one with bits and pieces in it, I know I'm going to love it. So this is another one. This is part of the Relief Farming Plants, but you could get these individually, like a little 3-pack. These are Fallen, which has a little bit of an yellowish tint to it. Soil and Rustle, like leaves. So it's like little bits and pieces in there. And they are so cute. They always do a good job with that. And then we're going to talk about KKOR. You guys might have caught her live with Sweet Nails. She's got beautiful, beautiful gels. Like, I've been wearing her base, her clear, her tops, that kind of thing. I'm really loving them. But she also has really pretty gels. So, like, we're going to do some of these, okay? So this is her syrup collection for fall. And again, a gorgeous ivory. This one has a green tint to it. And you've got, like, denim colors. Like, they are just gorgeous. And I want to show you the consistency of them and how easy they are to use for this type of look. So let me see. Let's start with BEVLAH. Let us start with that. And let me get these. I have the bottles. Look at these bottles. Like, look at them. So they did a revamp on their bottles and stuff. I guess it was last year when that Kiss of the Vampire came out, etc. Which, speaking of, you can use those with these. Like, you know, mix and match your BEVLAH stuff. So let's get a blank. Still too much on there. I hate when it turns, you know, like kind of hazy on you because I have too much in the background. So let's try again. And whoever asked me about cat eye earlier, just DM me and I can help you. Okay. I mean, oddly enough, we're not doing cat eye today. We've been doing lots of cat eye, and I'm sure there will be more to come. But look at BEVLAH's formula, right? It's really easy to use. I love these long handles. And watch, it is just, these are definitely layering syrups. This is the potato, which I love. Look at that. But most of them are multi-coaters, okay? It's going to be like, really what you want to do is layer these gels. So 1, 2 coats, etc. Some of the colored ones are more sheer, you'll see. Is that blurry or is it just my eyes? Can you guys see what I'm doing here? I'm looking through my phone, so it could be me. I think it looks okay on the other side. Again, we will save this. And we'll save it here. I'll save it on Sweetie's channel. I'll also save it to myself. So if you make comments, I will see them and I can come back in and answer them. But they are always beautiful gels to work with. Also, speaking, don't give us a hard time. Don't pause on us like that. Come on. We know it's Halloween. BEVLAH is also the one that has like amalgam gels and Todak gels. Those are the gels you want to grab for tweed. I mean, we are totally in that season right now. So that is something that you might want to consider too with BEVLAH. If we have time, I will grab some and show you what I mean. There's a lot of gels though to get through today because, and not that we'll hit every single one, but there are 12 colors in Relief Farming Plants, plus the 3 specialty gels. And then there's 10 in the KKOR collection, which is called Autumn Veil. Beautiful, beautiful colors. You know, what I think of when I see these new fall tones is people who maybe have some gels that are expired. If it's time to redo some fall, you know, like syrups, this is what you're going to want to look for. Like, look at these. And they're a different consistency, so I will show you that. I don't want to jump between brands, though, while we're playing a little bit. Let's get another one on here. So let's take like this. This is going to be green onion. I love it. Yummy. And I just thought of this before I went live, but if anybody saw my reel this morning, I showed you guys a really super time-saving trick. And I might grab those to show you how you could use those with a syrup because it is really, really something that I like, something that's really fast and something that's really not messy. So let's add it in. If there's any collections that you guys are curious about that you saw pop up but you really haven't seen us showcase, let me know and I'll try to get to them. You know, before holiday time, because we all know that's like the best sale of the year, always. All right, so potato. I did 1 coat of potato, but I want to show you what you can do, okay? So you can take these syrups because they are nice and thin and they level beautifully, like they kind of melt. So this one is going to be called corn. See, it's a lovely, all right. And I'm just going to put some corn in certain places. And maybe we'll even put some carrot, which is the orange. All right, I'm just layering on a little bit of color. You see that? Just a little tiny bit. All right. While it's wet, I'm going to layer on some orange. And I'm not using a lot, guys. So when I'm doing something like this, I'm taking a lot off the brush. All right, I don't need a lot. I'm just using little tiny bits. And the cool thing about these being thin is that you can do this a couple times if you want to build up more color. We could go over it again with the potato. All right. But you see what I'm saying? There's a couple different colors on here now. You could even move over to the browns. And this is not like a torty nail or anything like that, but you can get some fun colors in here. We're going to cure that. And then we're going to do another coat of the ivory, but I'm going to do it thinner this time so that we can see what we did underneath. And maybe we'll just layer some of those colors again right on the wet potato color. All right, so another coat of green onion. Very, very easy to use, very self-leveling. I love these types of syrups matte too. Really does give them some beautiful finishes. But let's do one of those specialty gels on top. Or should I show you what I showed you this morning? Maybe I will. Maybe I will, because you know what? I already did one of these with the specialty gels. We'll use a different color for the specialty gel. All right, so this is green onion. All right, we're gonna cure that. And I'm gonna get that out. It's a whole different brand. There's so many to show you guys. So many. Does anybody have any questions so far? I don't think I've missed anything. So we're gonna do potato again, but I'm going over the entire thing. Okay. Kind of covers it up, but see, you can use this very sheer if you want. And then we'll go back in with some colors while this is wet, like a little floating layer, right? All right. Let's go back in with corn. It's a cool yellow, honestly. Very fall. All right, and I did just blob that on there because I'm going to use a liner to kind of swirl it a bit, okay? Also, guys, BEVLAH's brushes are excellent, okay? So you'll see me use a lot of them. Here's like their short liner, because they're not fine liners, okay? They can pick up gels, and these are for things like amalgam, and there's the round, hold on, this one. Amalgam gel and Todak gel, etc. So they have bristles. So I really like these when you need to grab some products that you cannot use a fine liner with. So I use them often, and they're really old and in good shape. They're great. Okay. For something like this, like I'm just gonna touch this and move it around a little bit. Okay, just a little throwaway liner. All right. So everything on this nail is wet. Okay, the potato I did all over. All right. We could add some more orange if we wanted to, the carrot color. All right, but it's like a pretty little, I don't know, a soft blend type nail. All right. So here's green onion again. And I want to show you the shortcut trick of products that are new to me. So I'm not sure how many of you guys on here are from the USA, but for a very long time, we could not purchase Mostif. Okay, so we can now from Sweetie Nail Supply. And I want to show you something that I just got. And okay, so this is little tiny bits of like gold flake in here. Okay, my reel today showed you the collection. They're all metallic colors. Okay, and this is how you're going to use them for a really quick flake finish without the mess. Okay, shake, 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 right? Actually, here, I'm going to wipe off the inhibition layer real quick. But this is what I did. This is what I just showed in the reel this morning. All right, when you're using these, I'm not going to take the brush right out and put it all over the nail. I'm going to get most of the moisture off this brush, okay? Most of it. I don't want it to be wet. I just want those flakes. But ready for the shortcut? Touch, touch, touch. This deposits those flakes really easily on the nail, okay? You guys can decide where they go, but look. So you can do a flake border, you could do flakes for your marbling, you could do all kinds of stuff without that mess of dropping flakes in or putting on a sticky layer, okay? You can just do this. And I love that they are just the solid metals, right? Listen, I've seen some beautiful flakes in liquids before, but that's not always what I want. Sometimes I just want to touch a gold. Sometimes I just want to touch a silver, etc. But you see how fast and easy that is? Oh my gosh. And it's not messy and I don't have flakes all over my desk, which I do every time I get out a jar. I open it and it goes like poof all over my table. But, you know, you can put some down here. You could fade this down. You could do whatever you want, guys. But it's just so cool and fast and fun. And they come in all the metallic colors, okay? That was from the reel this morning, but I thought I'd just share it with you really quick because, yeah, right? Let's say I don't want those two that fell down there. I mean, I could wipe them off if I wanted to, okay? Because I could. All right, but still pretty, pretty, pretty. Let's do a top coat. And when you're doing something like this, all right, I would do a coat of clear before doing anything else because I have an uneven nail there, okay? Definitely, you could add flakes to this. You could add the farming relief plant parts, you know, like the little specialty gels if you want. But I'm going to put those on something else so you can see them. They are really, really, really cute. And I want to show you how their gels are suspended. When they have specialty gels like that, you cannot go wrong with BEVLAH because they really do suspend those pieces so well. Guys, why do I not think about this before I come live with you? Like, I go through clears and I go through tops like you would not believe. So sometimes I get my act together and I have a good full pot, you know, like a bottle before I come play with you. Sometimes I don't and think, what? When I try and grab some and there's nothing in it. It is what it is. This like would be beautiful for November too. Very soft. We could add inks. You know, I love an ink. You know I love them. Quite obsessed. All right. All right, let's think about this here. Let's use pot. Okay, this is from Most of Two. All right. This is the over top. Let's use it. I think this would take me a little while. Let's try. Right? Jeez. Sorry. Let me move it to the right because I'm right-handed. Oh, I even have some clear out because we're going to use that to mix some other colors. This is not good. Hold on. I don't want that. That is janky. Hold on. All right, there we go. Use Sweeties. Hopefully nobody Not really. Needs a little cleaning, but that's okay. Oh, okay, that self-levels really well. All right. Yeah, those flakes, I'm like, yeah, silver, gold, copper, you got it. You know, like there's pink. Yeah, there's all the metals are there. I don't know how to pronounce the collection, but if you go to my reels, you'll see it. I put it up today. So you'll see the picture and you'll see what they're called. That is a problem when I don't know how to pronounce anything. I apologize if I pronounce things wrong. I need quite a few language lessons. All right, let's move on. How is it 12/21 already, you guys? What? How is it the end of November already? I mean, October already. What? So fast. Oh, and look, you can do this too. Just to show you these again. Okay, so here's like a little bit of a melt, and I want to show you the falling leaves, etc. Here you go. Oh, I'll put it underneath the core thing. All right, hold on. So kind of like this one, I only did like 4 little areas. That's kind of what we just did. So, oh my gosh, yes, sweetie, resume shipping to the U.S. Yes, and it's coming USPS, so you are all good. All right, so yeah, definitely. You're good on that. USPS takes its sweet time, okay, but Sweetie ships it right out. So look at how they look matte. Aren't they cool? Same thing. This is a little bit more colorful, but that's the same thing we just did. Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. We've all been going crazy ordering all kinds of things once that shipping got back open. All right. Here are the greens. Again, this is just a soft blend while wet. I'm going to show you these. All right, but such pretty colors. And then I'm going to show you a different technique with the KKOR gels. All right, so we got 2 done. Very, very pretty. And I love that there's variances in the hues. Like you can go light, but for somebody else who wants to go darker, so there is a darker green. Olive is definitely trending right now. And broccoli, like which is definitely more green. No, I do not use peel off base coat on my nails. Honestly, if you watch my reels, I allow my nails to grow to a real bad grow out and then I take them off because it's just obnoxious in the reels. And I think, oh my gosh, I gotta do something about this. So I wish I could get behind that because sometimes I really do want to switch them sooner than like 3 weeks. But usually I've got my mani on for like 3 weeks. Which is why I cut them down all the time, you know, like, because they're pretty short right now. I cut them all off. Yeah. That one's a little long. I'd probably trim that. All right, now let's play with these. I want to show you these, and I want to pick a color to put them on. Let us do you guys want to do, like, oh, shoot, potato. What I just did to it. Oh, no, that won't do. I didn't realize I didn't put the top back on. All right, it's not ink, so I don't have to put the top back on all the time. All right, so let's get another color here. Let's do maybe the olive. Olive is a trending color for sure right now. And remember, all of these would also look great underneath your cat eye if you do a thin coat. Like you want some light to be able to pass through a nail underneath a cat eye. You don't want to do a cat eye over top and opaque, really. So these would all be beautiful because you can still see light passing through them. So that's another thing I love syrups for, you know, like, because not everybody wants glass and to see through. And listen, of course, they're going to look better than on these clear nail blanks. Our nails have color to them. So, you know, just from the skin underneath. So they look better. But what's a girl going to do? I do so many of these a month that not lives, but like nail blanks to show you guys things. Who knows what the pile is going to be tomorrow? Like, I have no idea. A lot. Okay. So this is 1 coat of olive. I'm going to do 2. Or let's do this. All right. So do you see? Let me see if I wipe this on something, if you guys can really see. All right. Let me see if I hold it up like this. All right. Can you guys see that there's little bits and pieces? There's even a few little metallics in soil, just a few. But this is very tiny. Okay, this is going to be a tiny one. All right, this is going to be a mix, this fallen, which is going to have bigger flakes and tiny pieces. You see them? All right, and you see it has a yellowish cast to it, like a fall yellow. And then this one is Russell. So this is going to be all your bigger pieces of like leaves. All right, so watch. Their gels with things suspended in them are so cool. They really are. So go ahead and put it on there. And yes, I know I put red on green, but that's okay. We're going to put something else on top too. All right, and you can put it on there, and then you can move around pieces wherever you want. This one's a little bit bigger. So all you have to do is put a little bit more gel on there, and it will encapsulate it itself. We're also going to put that mid one on after we cure this. So we have a little bit of bigger red pieces. All right. I'm going to mix them a bit. Do you see that? It's perfect already, which is very rare when you have chunks in a gel. Again, KKOR, for anyone who's obsessed with flower nails or milk bath nails or whatever. I know it's not spring, but anybody whose clients do that all the time or whatever, you need those. They're incredible. Now I want to put on this one. See, it's tinted. You can see it in the bottle. It's a little bit tinted. All right. Fun. No, it's still curing. And I only did 1 coat of olive. That's fine. All right. Then we're going to move these to the side, and then we're going to look at Autumn Veil too, because they're really, 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 really pretty. But these are great, like I said, layering gels. Very easy to use, beautiful formula. Anyone worried about allergies, BEVLAH takes their formula very seriously. So you will find on their SDSs that it's free of all those toxic things. Okay, so they are on top of that. Very, very, very worried about natural nail health. That is BEVLAH. Okay. Oh, yeah. See that? Oh, my goodness. And then we'll mat it. Let's mat it. Why not? It's so easy to use. Always have the most fun in these little... I get all excited when I see BEVLAH has a flake gel, etc., because I know how good it's going to be. They're just really good at it. And again, like I said, I'm sure I will show you on my page because it is time for tweeds and all that stuff and those textured nails. My first go-to with those is like Amalgam Gel and the Todak gels. That is also by BEVLAH. So if you follow me, I'm sure you will be seeing some tweeds and stuff like that soon, but they make it very easy with those gels. Do you see how even that is? Like a matte top coat will take care of this for us. Might have a little divot there, but yeah, this is incredible for having all those chunks in this gel. And they're chunky pieces of goodness of gel, right? All right, let's do this. Cure it. We'll put a matte top coat on. All right, and let me move these guys off to the side. Because, yeah, 25 gels is too many on my... yeah, 25 gels is too many on my desk. I think you guys saw, I put it behind the scenes the other day. Like, this is what my desk looks like. And it's not much workable space when I'm trying to get things together for you guys. So let me switcheroo, okay? Here. Beautiful. Beautiful collection. And they also have up, I think, something else that's brand new, you guys. And it's got pots that you can make like croissants and stuff in it. So like check that out too. I don't have it. I don't remember what it's called. By the way, with Autumn Veil, you get this cute little metal stand with these magnets to hold your swatches, which is super cute. Oh, did I not? I didn't coat that. Yeah. All right, let's do a quick matte top because I feel like that is going to show you even more. I don't have the BEVLAH matte, I don't think right now, so I'm going to wipe the inhibition layer. For you guys, if you're using a different matte top coat than what is on the nail, I would suggest you wipe the inhibition layer so you don't taint your matte top coat. You know when you have a matte top coat and it can pull and like put those little divots in there? That's because, oh no, I did something to my MD gel matte. Oh no, hold on. I bent the brush. Eek. All right, let's use a new one. I'm opening it just for you. MD Gel Matte I love because it's the best for isolated chrome. I find I grab it every time. And I show you it a lot. Let's matte it. Okay. All right, onward. Okay, so these gels, beautiful box. Where did I put them? Here they are. Oh, and they are wedged in here, you guys. Wedged in here, safe and sound. They're gonna look like this. Okay, let's get them out. So we have Foggy Cream. We have Sage Beige, which you can tell it has a slight green tint, but it's really lovely. So then we have Olive Moss. Hear me wedging it out. And then we have the Ash Denim. I love these blues. All right. And we also have a Slate Night. This is also a blue. And they look so lovely together. So this color collection to me is really beautifully, it's a beautiful aesthetic because there's a light and a dark of certain colors. The only two that are odd men out are the ivory, which could be used with any of them, and this pink. Okay, so this pink one is called Dried Berry. All right, and then we have Misty Taupe, and then a darker one, which is Dust Cocoa. All right, and then we have Walnut Milk. Here, and we have Chestnut Glaze. All right, so this is a good thing doing these together because it shows you the differences in syrups. All brands are a little bit different, guys. So some are going to be more sheer, some are going to be thicker and more opaque. This is a good mid, I would say. They are not super sheer, but they are not super opaque either. They are very lovely. All right, consistency. So let's start with Foggy Cream. All right, I love an ivory. I love an off-white. And I especially love an ivory or off-white that's not yellow, okay? Because I don't want yellow. I want an off-white. All right, so this is their ivory. And let's just put one thin coat on and let's build this one up. And I'm going to show you how these other colors. All right, one coat ivory, just to get the job done. Here is our matte finish of the one with the speckles. And there you can see how some are so tiny. All right. Get rid of all that background stuff, you can really see it. But instant fall nails, okay? Yeah, instant. And then we have those flakes from Mostif. Hold on. There. Now you can see them. The easiest way to add that, you could do it all the way around. You could do it in the center. You could use it for marbling. Okay, and I forgot to put a top coat on this one, but now you can see a little bit closer, like how easy it was just to get some different colors on there. Honest to goodness, let's grab a white ink, okay? Because that is exactly what I do with this. Or gold or something like that, depending on what you want to do. Let's do it. All right, I wiped the inhibition layer off because I didn't have top coat on. One of my go-to whites is the Favorite. All right, this is classic white. Because I know what I'm going to get. I'm going to get some white. This is pretty opaque for a white ink. Let's put some here. Let's put some here. Or maybe right here. I'm going to let it dry for a second. Just for a second. Always a good idea to add a little ink. It just adds more dimension. Why not? Especially because that was looking kind of marbly, kind of stonish. All right, and I'm going to use the clear blender. If you're getting any of the Favorite inks or you add those to your list, definitely add their clear blender. That moves their inks the best. All right, it's going to give you that softened edge. You always kind of hit those edges, right? You don't want those hard edges. All right, see how much softer that is now? But don't worry about it when you put it on. I want you to allow the inks to move. All right. This is the step that allows you to get a softer look, okay? And that's with the clear blender. All right. Wait till we put top coat on. This will look different, but in a pretty way. All right. So let's try something like this. All right. Since we have that ivory or base on, that's the Foggy Cream. I'm going to do this whole nail kind of wet. So I wanted to show you guys when we went live with Ungu, I showed you Dewy Dewy. This is their mixing gel. This is their mixing gel for you putting in magnetic powder, for you mixing like glitter, but it's also a mixing gel for playing with syrups. Lots of times potted ones. And there is a difference, right? There's a difference between bottled and potted gels, and a difference between potted gels and different brands. So we'll probably go live with some more of those differences too, to help you guys understand or get an idea of what you'd like to use for, Christmas, or if you have something on your wish list. But you can use an entire layer of this and you can drop these gels into it, okay? So let's put on a layer of Dewy Dewy, all right? And I'll show you what I mean. And we'll put some of these gels on a palette and I'll show you how I just float them in there. Oh, look, I didn't cure it. Shoot. Hold on. Well, I'm going to leave it. I'm sorry, I must have not hit the button. Or I probably didn't. All right, whatever. We're going to pretend that didn't happen. Let's take, this is Sage Beige. You see that? Let's take Olive Moss. All right. Let's take more of that Foggy Cream. And let's drop it into this wet layer, okay? And I'll show you what it does. All right. So, and I have some type of glitter on there too. Sorry, made its way in. Because Dewy Dewey's on there, all right, it's going to, all right, into one another. It's going into that clear. It's keeping everything like nice and even, honestly. When I turn it to the side, you can see how even this nail is, okay? So these sheer gels that are mixing gels are phenomenal for creating like an easy faux kind of marble nail, okay? So good. And it keeps the bulk away, right? So you don't have that bulky nail, that bulky gel in the cuticles, in the sidewalls. It keeps all that gone, all right? If you're not overloading your nail, right? I love a mixing gel, and this is the reason why. Very, very easily, we have an even nail. And that's all thanks to these beautiful gels, but also that dewy, okay? And we'll do it again, all right? But how cool is that, right? Going over all kinds of stuff today. Let's do one like this, okay? So, oh wait, before we do that, let's put a top coat on our little hit of ink, okay? I would probably put a hit of ink on that one we just did too, but you don't have to. Though, if I'm being completely honest, I do feel like everybody needs at least one white ink, okay? That's coming from me. I am obsessed with inks, so I will put that out there first. However, I do think an ink is a good idea. All right, let's do this. White ink at least. Ready? And I'll hold this up like I did the other ones. Get rid of the background. You can see what that did to this little sweet nail. Maybe you can see now. But I feel like we were getting a better picture when I hid everything else. What I love about inks and nuance and that kind of stuff and syrups is that you can create real depth on a nail in a very easy way, okay? And using different layers of things is going to get you there, okay? This is ready for top coat, honestly. All right, it's just a couple colors, but because of that dewy layer, they just melted right into one another. Now, syrups will do this to an extent, right, on their own. But I just wanted to show you some simple nail art. Syrups are also amazing for, seamless blending because they're not a hard color. They do work well together. Okay, so definitely that is something that is easy to do. Like let's do something like this and let's do something like this brown. Okay, we can do those very easily. Another thing to consider is you don't always have to cover the entire nail. Okay, so if you're doing something that's a little bit more nuance, all right, I didn't cover this entire nail with the ivory. I took a heavier hand this time. And I put it like here. Okay, that's it. All right, I'm going to cure that after these other ones are cured. Did I miss any questions? I love these. Oh, okay, I did. Okay, do I know when the Black Friday sale will be this year? I do not know specifics. However, I do know, like Thursday, like Thanksgiving or Black Friday, 100% it'll be on. So you have to keep an eye on Sweet and Nail Supply's website. hopefully you guys are all signed up for emails. And so keep an eye. You know, I'm sure that they'll be telling you that at some point in time, but we did just get through, what, Halloween? So I'm sure it's on their radar, but 100% on Black Friday and that weekend, I'm sure. Okay, I love these. Have you tried Zinja collection? I need some solids, but I don't want to dish out for a collection since I'm a hobbyist. Okay, I hear you. Message me. Yeah. And packaging is always so cute. Yes, always. Beautiful shades to use a peel-off base. I did see that. I don't. Okay, I think I'm caught up. All right, so now let's use some of these browns real quick. And I wanted to show you that blue. So again, we're going to start with Ivory Base, that foggy cream. All right. I mean, I know we all wait for Black Friday because, you know, everything is expensive. The reason I said to message me, DM me, and that means me, Inspo by Nails, not Sweeties, because they've got a million messages all the time, is I need to see what you're interested in, like solid colors or, you know, like that kind of stuff. So we can discuss that off of here, but I'm happy to help. All right, I'm going to do one coat of that foggy cream just to give it a base, okay? Because on my own nail, maybe not, because I would have some color behind my nail, right? But this, I want to show you this one. All right, now this one's ready. Let's just take the browns. Oh, snap. I like that little metal base. I can click my little nail pops to the top of it, right? All right, so this one is walnut milk. I love a brown. Is anybody else with me on that? I think brown is such a great, I think it's an underrated color, to be honest. All right, maybe I don't want that much of my ivory to be covered. I want some of it. While that's wet, I'm going to use the darker brown. This is the Chestnut Glaze. I think browns look great on everyone. I don't know. I just love them. All right, and I'm just letting it do its thing. All right, because these are wet. All right, they're going to be able to blend themselves. Honestly, they kind of melt into one another. They really do. Apparently, I decided to paint under the nail. Hold on. So that sometimes happens when I'm looking through my phone. I don't have great depth perception that way. If you want a little bit more, add a little bit more. Maybe here. But they're going to melt. All right, they're going to do their thing because we're all wet here. All right, I need the ivory again because we want to layer that a little bit again too. And this is definitely going to give it some easy. You see that little line right there? Like it's easy depth. All right. Here. And we're going to do this fade with the blue. Milky beigey white color. Milky beigey white. This one. All right, so this is the first in this collection, and it's called Foggy Cream. Autumn Veil Foggy Cream, and it is KRS 12. Yeah. It's good. We're going to use it again right now. Like I said, an off-white is beautiful for the season. I just want ivories instead of stark whites usually this time of year. Still too much on here. It's making this blurry. All right, so I'm putting the white back on and I'm being messy. I'm going to take it over here. All right, take it over here. Again, this is going to be wet, wet, wet. Yeah, sure. All right, so we're going to the Ash Denim. Who doesn't want a denim color? I do. That's a great denim color. It looks like my jeans right now. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm in Florida and it's actually kind of chilly here today. We got like all excited. Yeah, because I mean, last week it was still in the 90s. Oof, hot. Doesn't feel seasonal. All right, now, ash. Let's go ash. I know it looks subtle. Don't sweat it. This is also really nice and light. All right, and we want this blue. We want the darker blue. All right, so this is Slate Night. Everything's wet, guys. Everything's wet. And we're going to do this 2 times, like 2 coats like this. It's still thin, all right? Still nice and thin. But this is what we want to do. Oh, I just put that in there. Usually you should wipe your brush off. Whatever. All right. Honestly, for me, I'm going to hit this with a brown. All right, a brown ink real quick. Favorite, Trout Brown. This is from the Nature 2 collection. Great brown. Use a lot in the fall. I'm in Texas and it finally feels like autumn. Yes, I'm in the west coast of Florida and it does, at least in the morning it does. I want some Trout Brown. See what that just did there? Lush. Takes it up a notch, guys, in 2 seconds. All right. It's dry already, and we can put top coat on it. Yummy warmth. If you have unevenness, go ahead and do a clear, like I probably do. But that's okay for these purposes. Not on someone's fingers, but for these, I'm really just trying to show you the colors and options. Let me cure. And let's go over this one more time, okay? These colors, again, are such thoughtful colors in this collection because they really are well coordinated. Like I said, a darker and a lighter color in 4 of them. Okay. Which I think is really, really pretty. This time I'm not doing a full like ombre type thing. I'm just doing the different colors in different areas. So you see that little tiny area of lighter that just went over that dark? Like that's what I want. All right, just it's a hint. Okay? Wipe your brush on a palette before putting it back in. Don't contaminate them. I mean, I did earlier. I didn't mean to. Do as I say, not as I do. Oh my gosh, guys. Happy Friday again. And I hope if you have Halloween plans, you have a fun, safe Halloween. Look at that. So easy, but so pretty. Yeah. If you are worried about things selling out before Black Friday, if it's something you absolutely have to have and you can't wait, because it's true, if it does sell out Black Friday, it may not be back. It takes a while for them to get stock, right, from certain countries. So, not that I'm saying that it won't come back, but if you're worried about it, use one of the Sweeties brand ambassadors codes for 10% off. We all have them. They're all in our bios. So go ahead and do that if you need something today or right now. If not, let's start getting your, like I said, your wish list together. And we will be back. I'll be back showing you other things that I think you might have missed. You know, here's this with that ink on it now. See what it did? It's not dramatic, but it's really quite pretty. Okay. I still have to top coat these. Not this one. See, a very, very, very easy fade. And think about not always putting the full nail. Use areas of it. You see, very, very, very pretty. See how that light blue is sitting on top of the darker one? And they just melt right together perfectly. All right. So that is what syrups are great for. That is what we wanted to show you today. 2 gorgeous collections. Oh, here's the fallen. Like the falling. Here's the little flakes. Perfect for fall and Thanksgiving. Okay, that's BEVLAH. This is green onion from BEVLAH. And the Mostive flakes. If you need the details on those, like I said again, I did put up a reel this morning with those flakes in silver, and it has all the name of the collection, etc. But thank you for joining me. Thank you for popping on. Maybe I'll do one of these like matte. And I'll see you next week, I bet. So have a wonderful weekend, everybody. I'm going to save this now. And if you have any questions, just DM me. Thanks, guys. Bye.